Please welcome your 2026 Houston Texans.
Kaimi Fairbairn ready to get this one going. And off we go on Thursday night primetime. Darius Davis to return it. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. So now out comes the Charger offense for their initial drive of the game. Seventh-year starter leading them out. Has had a good first 6 years in the NFL, hoping for his best one yet this time around. Justin Herbert.
Herbert's one of these rare quarterbacks that when he is on, he makes this game look effortless and easy. Part of it's his throwing motion that's crisp and clean with great power, and it's also an athleticism. He'll make you pay with his legs, too. Man, he is just a joy to watch.
On the play fake, it's Herbert. Catch made left side by McConkey. Well, maybe the rest of the game is going to be headed in the proper direction, Brock, but their first play winds up going backwards.
I certainly don't mind completions nor getting the ball out of a quarterback's hands in a hurry, but that one was way too predictable as it goes backwards.
Believe it or not, a big loss on that completed pass. So here comes second and long. Herbert. Got a man, it's Njoku. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. They'll motion him out of the backfield. 3rd and long, they're going to throw. This is hauled in by Harris. Defense finally able to close on this after a gain of about 24. And that gives LA the first.
You just love that kind of execution because it's able to make an impact, Kate, beyond simply getting the first down. That yardage, that really sets them up now to be aggressive with a new set of downs.
First and 10, offense going 3 tight ends to the left. They'll run here with Amari on Hampton. Good defensive effort here, drives them back across midfield onto their own side. Ooh, talk about a bad look there, Brock. Going jumbo set and still moving backwards after that play.
I don't think you're talking to this defense, Kate, because I think they thought that was an excellent look to knock that thing backwards.
Yeah, good point, good point. All right, here we go, 2nd down. Here's Herbert. Finds McConkey. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
Texans bring out an extra DB on this 3rd down. Drawn up for him. Play not developing as they had hoped. That's a loss of yardage, Brock. 4th down coming up.
Send a pretty clear message to the QB right there on that one. No one fooled for a second as they create the tackle for loss.
So on 4th down, here's J.K. Scott on to punt it away for the Chargers. This one carries out of bounds. Not the greatest field position awaiting them. It's spotted at the 11. So now it's the Texans' turn to take the field for the first time. And it's going to be the 4th-year man from The Ohio State University leading the way. It's C.J. Stroud.
It didn't take C.J. long to really show that his talent, his accuracy could play. His rookie year, he was awesome. But in some ways, Kate, I think he's played under the weight of those expectations, and he's just got to free himself up.
All right, the Houston offense looks set, Brock. Here's 1st and 10. Stroud to the air to start us off. Left side into the hands of Dell. And he'll get this up to the 18-yard line.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Pass and catch got him 7. Let's see where they go now on 2nd and 3. Now it's Stroud. That's complete to the back. David Montgomery. Contact is made, and that's going to take him out of bounds. Gain of about 21 on the play. And that gives Houston the 1st down.
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
So fresh set of downs now from the 39. Handoff now out of the gun. Trying to make it happen, but no luck. Just goes backwards on 1st down.
Can I have a moment, Kate? Just a moment to marvel at how well they reacted to that play on defense. They were all over it from the start, getting behind the line to blow up a play that how many times do we see as highlight reel touchdowns going the other way?
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Looking to throw. Stroud. Finds Montgomery on the drop down. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
Stroud now on 3rd. What a difference a play makes. This one not working out in their favor. He's hauled to the ground. And that forces 4th and 14.
I just love these little back and forth early in a game. Offensively, you want completions like they just got. You want to get in a rhythm. And then defensively, you want to disrupt it with sacks and negative plays. Well done.
4th down. Here comes Kai Kroger to punt. Secures this at the 17. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. As the Chargers get back on offense, let's look across the way at Texans defensive coordinator Matt Burke. He's in his 4th season now with the team. His defense is, Brock, among the best in the NFL during that time. LA bringing the offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. They go play action. Here's Herbert. And he will not find the connection on the other end. And incompletion sets up 2nd down.
I can promise you that is a throw. It's a quarterback. When it leaves your hands, you do not want to flirt with as this game goes on. That is a prime one that DB could cut off and take the other way.
Another try from the 25. It's 2nd and 10. Herbert back to throw. Dump off to his fullback. And he's tackled for no gain.
The defenders, they were ready for that throw, stopping him right at the line of scrimmage.
Last completion didn't go anywhere, so still 10 to go now on 3rd down. Now Herbert to throw. Complete beyond the marker. He's going to go out of bounds, give him about 15 before he did so. And that is good for a Chargers 1st down.
They call 3rd downs money downs for a reason, Kate, because it takes everybody offensively to cash in. Excellent protection, set the table for the QB to get the completion and the yards necessary.
Play action now for Herbert. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they're going to stop him, but he got enough to make it 1st and goal from the 8.
Complete to
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
They'll run with Hampton. And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on first and goal. They sent him with that sack in mind, Brock. We all saw what was coming. Still managed to clean up the play, even if it did come on the ground.
And you know why they call that a cat pressure from the secondary, Kate?
Tell me.
Because it's a C for corner and a T for attack, exactly what he just did.
On second down, Herbert. He brings it in. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
Defense bringing in a 5th DB, 3rd and goal. They've got a man in motion. 3rd and goal. Here's Herbert. Trying to set up that screen, but it falls incomplete, and now they're facing 4th down.
It's a quarterback you love when that screen pass is called. At least I used to. And you want to attract that defense and all those guys coming after you. But you also got to find a throwing lane, and he couldn't do it on that one.
So on 4th down, on comes Cameron Dicker and the Chargers for a field goal try. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. Dicker connects there. And that one's going to get them on the scoreboard.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
Dicker all lined up and ready to put it away. On the return, it's Jalen Noel. All right, some good work on that run back, Brock. He gets this to the 33. Texans offense headed back to the field, Brock. So let's take a look at their coordinator, Nick Caley. You're 2 for him now running this Texans offense. You're 12 as an NFL coach. He's made the playoffs 10 of those 12 years, winning a pair of Super Bowls with the Patriots. First down now, ball at the 33. Stroud off the play fake. He tucks it and takes off. He gives himself up after a short gain.
I love that play. I mean, that's quarterback 101. Nothing downfield. Get what you can with your legs, but so much more importantly, protect yourself. Availability, one of the most important abilities for any quarterback.
Second down now, 7 to go. Off the play action, here's Stroud. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. And this defense stringing together some strong reps here early, Brock. That pass rush off to a great start.
One thing I've grown to appreciate, too, in this just kind of analytical revolution we're in, the stats of today, Kate, it's not just sacks, it's pressures, right? It's those hits, those pressures, because you know they make a strong impact, too.
They'll air it out on third. Finds his back, marks. He's going to be taken down here, but not before the play gets him 12 big yards and a first down.
Okay, running backs might not be the most accomplished route runners, certainly compared to the receivers. But when it comes to body control, strength, making a catch through contact, this guy just showed out.
Football's on the 48. Here we go. First down. This is Montgomery running right. And he reaches midfield and starts driving into Chargers territory. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. Sure seems like running at a blitzing defense shouldn't work out too often, Brock, but right there it did nicely for him.
Yeah, football's kind of a funny game, Kate, because it could be super complex. Yeah. You get into a lot of language and a lot of detail, and then other times, like, just run away from the blitz. Just run away from it, and good things can happen.
And whatever they were trying to do there is not going to work. Defenders all over it, so they take him down for a loss.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make third down easier to handle instead, Well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this third down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. They bring Collins in motion right. Throw here, 3rd down. Connects downfield, on target to down. He's hit and taken down after a 27-yard gain. And that gives the Texans a 1st down.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things: separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. Running out of the gun with Montgomery. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7. Showing some patience in their ground game early here, Brock. Continuing to feed their guy despite the lack of results so far.
I know this will sound kind of silly, but you've got to run the ball to run the ball. And what I mean by that, there's no way to get this run game going unless you continue to give him the rock to try to warm it up.
It's Montgomery on the counter. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They got 2 yards there. That leaves them with 3rd down and 5.
It's a gain of 2.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
To the air, Stroud. He's got it, complete to Collins. And he is well clear of that marker. That effort's going to set them up with a 1st and goal.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Back to throw, Stroud. Now set up the screen to Montgomery. He turns the shallow catch into something more. Give him 8 yards. That sets up 2nd and short.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
The nose of the football inside the 1. Here's 2nd and goal. Montgomery. And he barrels across for the touchdown. Those defensive coaches got to be hot, Brock. That was a touchdown that shouldn't have happened. That tackle should have ended it.
You try bringing down one of these NFL running backs then, Miss Kate.
Okay, touche, partner.
They see that goal line. They smell that goal line. It is no sure thing to try to bring down one of those horses before they find pay dirt.
Here's Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. Accuracy perfect there as it's center cut. They jump ahead by 4.
Texans 7, Chargers 3.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff.
For Houston.
On the return, here comes Davis. Escapes the defender. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. Possession switching back to the LA offense as they head out. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. LA offense all set. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Hampton to open the drive. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Hampton on the pitch. And this will only complicate matters for 3rd down, partner. They're sent backwards. Well, the extra blocking sure didn't spring that run the way they hoped it would, Brock.
In the old West Coast system, you call 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, Tiger. Tiger package comes on the field. That was a whole lot more like a kitty cat effort there.
3rd down, line to gain 9 yards out. Throwing now, Herbert. He's going to run for it. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
That is such a good play defensively. A play you could take a whole bunch of pride in not only stopping the passing game, but the effort to get to the quarterback before he could scramble for the first.
J.K. Scott in punt formation.
We've reached the end of one on Thursday night primetime. 7-3 is our score. More from Reliance Stadium coming right up. We're back and all set for the 2nd quarter. Charger football. And on 4th down, they're about ready to punt. He fields it cleanly. And he's going to get a modest amount on that return before he ends up out of bounds.
At their own
The Texans, down running back David Montgomery, getting back to work. And he sure has proven to be a handful for him, grabbing their attention as a runner, but actually doing a good bit of damage as part of the team's passing game, too. Texans to the line, 1st and 10. Here's a give to Montgomery to begin the drive. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before stopped. Tackle made by Elijah Bolden.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. From the gun, Marks gets it. And it's going to be about 3-yard pickup in the end. Tui Pulotu in for the tackle.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
About set. This is 3rd and 5. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Before the snap, some early movement. Let's see which side gets tagged with a penalty. Well, it's not a long walk to the new spot, but it is a disappointing one to make. Instead of 3rd down, they're now defending 1st and 10. 1st and 10 for him now, following the penalty. Running it after the penalty. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackle for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Stroud. And he gets it away, but nowhere close to that target. Incomplete. Quick thinking just to get rid of it there, Brock, but no chance. It's 3rd down.
Okay, we've seen this running back pretty busy here early on in the passing game, and not just with checkdowns. You could tell this was going to be part of the game plan, and I don't think one incompletion here to him is going to deter that effort.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. That's caught by Montgomery. And he's not going to make it. They stop him short. So expect a punt coming up here on 4th down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
The
Charger offense making its way to the field. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Chargers getting set. 1st and 10. Herbert now off the play fake. And he's going down. They make the play at the 11. Will Anderson Jr. And the drive begins with a rough first step there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact. It gets home. But, of course, we know it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
2nd down and 19 yards to go after that sack. Herbert. Throw right side, caught by Njoku. And it's a big gain on this play. Give him about 19 yards and the 1st down, too.
Tight ends will eat up every one of those opportunities to show and prove they could be chain movers as well. Even as they get more and more recognition in this league, they're still constantly working to prove that they're playmakers, too.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Herbert now. And the Russians going to win this rep. They get to it. Will Anderson Jr. The 2nd time they have brought him down on this series.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sack.
A lot of work to do as that sack makes this a tough 2nd and 17. To throw, Herbert. Looking for him on the screen there, but it's incomplete. So 2nd down produces nothing. Back to the huddle they go for 3rd down.
I hate to be Mr. Negative guy, but a sack 2 plays ago, an incompletion right there. All that's missing, Kate, is an interception on this play, and you're going to hand this quarterback a misfortune trifecta that nobody wants.
Third and long for him here. He's going to try to drop it in deep right. He's got a man, but he can't make the catch. And hit just a little too much. Breaks up that big play as 3rd down goes unanswered.
That one really stings, Kate, because you want to convert there and not only keep this drive going for points, but because now you're giving your opponent a chance to go pad that lead before halftime. That's a no-no.
Punt meets him at the 28. And he's going to get a modest amount on that return before he ends up out of bounds. Now we get a look at this Texans offense. They didn't add to their lead last time out, so they punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. Nice starting spot for the Texans here. They're about set. 1st and 10. They go play action with Stroud. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
The positive of that effort, he didn't go backwards, didn't have a negative play. If there was a negative, you didn't get a whole lot done with your legs. Got to be more efficient now on 2nd down.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Looking to throw, Stroud. Schultz with the catch. And out he goes after picking up a couple. That brings up third down.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Third down, they need 7. Now it's Stroud. Has him on the quick hitter. They get to him, he's hit, brought down after a gain of about 10. And that is the Texans' first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
First and 10 now for Stroud. And he's playing well, hitting on over 80% of his throws so far. Give up the gut to Montgomery. He's brought down. Play goes for, looks like about 11 yards. And that gives Houston the first down. Well, he's got his early highlights, Brock, but you know he wants to add a few more to that reel before this game wraps up.
There's no question about that. You want to get that century mark. That's a number that running backs are proud of, and stacking runs like that will sure help.
It's Hawks play, Montgomery. Quite the turnaround these last 2 plays, huh? Nice gain on 1, and now they get him behind the line. Man, some of these middle backers are so impressive these days, Brock. No problems at all for him to range downhill and cut that play down behind the line.
Kind of the calling card of the position played today. They're not as big as they once were, but boy, can they run. As you said, whether it's downhill or sideline to sideline like that.
Second down throw for Stroud. Throw right side, hauled in by Collins. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
7th play of the drive. They've been moving it well. This is 3rd and 6. And he can't hang on as he gets hit trying to make that catch. Drop's going to force 4th down.
Okay, I've talked to you over the years of the transition to the NFL where the windows to throw are small. On 3rd down, smaller. Put dime defense on the field, and those windows become almost non-existent.
Kaimi Fairbairn out there now to try a field goal for the Texans on this 4th down. From the right hash, 52 yards out. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And add 3 to their lead as it extends to 7.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. The tackle's made, so this drive will begin at the 34-yard line. The Chargers offense getting set to take over. And they take over down 10-3 following that score. So they'll head up here 1st and 10 from the 34. They put a receiver in motion right. They go play action. Here's Herbert. Throw is there for a Rondé Gadsden. And give him about 4, nothing beyond the catch. And hit got there quickly.
It's just kind of the type of play why you name a position like this tight end. Because it's going to be tight throws into contested windows, and you got to get the job done with people all around you.
It's Hampton on 2nd. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Derek Stingley putting that play to bed.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays. The ones that amount to really very little statistically, and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
Herbert now to throw on third. He was letting that one go. That pass isn't even going to get beyond the line. That is incomplete. And the defense forces fourth down.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to third and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was third and manageable and incomplete.
So once again, J.K. Scott out to punt it away. The Houston offense out and ready to set up shop. And they'll have a little momentum as they take the field here after their kicker drilled a deep one to end their last drive with points. All right, the Houston offense looks set, Brock. Here's 1st and 10. Stroud off of play action. He beams one deep right side. It connects on the deep shot. Touchdown, Houston. Hope you weren't settled in to call a long drive there, partner, because it only took them a matter of seconds to go all 80 yards and hit pay dirt.
Are you kidding me? I love big plays just like everybody in the building loves big plays, and it took all of them. The guys up front doing their job, and certainly the playmakers to finish it.
Fairbairn now for the PAT.
For the extra point.
Send right down the middle and good. And they now lead by 14 points.
17. Chargers 3.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff.
For Houston.
On the return, here comes Davis. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Now L.A. getting its offense all set to go. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. And I'll start out with Hampton. And the drive starts out small, just 1 yard on that play.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Back to Hampton. Well, that's not what the offense dialed up. They stick him for a loss. It's going to be 3rd down.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Here's Herbert. Well, he's in trouble, but he's not going to get away. Brought down at the 12. It's another one for Anderson. And that's going to leave this offense facing a 4th and forever 22.
I know quarterbacks get paid a lot of money and a lot of glamour in this league, but today, well, this is a tough day for this QB. He's taken a beating. And whether it means changing up some of the blocking schemes, maybe mixing in a little bit of run, or heck, this quarterback getting the ball out of his hand more quickly, he's got to start protecting himself.
J.K. Scott's on to punt. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. The return begins on their side of midfield. And a good return as he gets him up across midfield and into enemy territory.
The Texans take over.
The Texans and C.J. Stroud all set to go for their next drive. And at the pace he's begun the game throwing the football, Brock, he is in line for a special type of performance if they need to keep throwing it until the end. Here's 1st and 10 from the 47. First play of the series, zone read to the right. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
Keeps it on the option.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down. After that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
2nd and 7.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Throwing is Stroud. Pocket collapsing, and he's going to pay the price.
C.J. Stroud.
Khalil Mack.
By Khalil Mack.
And it's back to 10 now to go on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
This is a time where you get in that huddle and you just look at one another and say, hey, let's get back in rhythm. Get back in rhythm. Get something good to feel good about. Sure, you'd love to get the 1st down, but more than anything, just find a positive play after a huge sack.
They'll air it out on 3rd. Stroud is hit. The ball is out. Oh, they got it back. They can try and salvage something. And they don't get much after recovering the fumble, so a near turnover ends in a loss of yards.
A loss of 5. It's 4th down.
So once again, Kai Kroger out for the punt. Darius Davis returning for the Chargers. Ooh, it's away, but he knows he mishit that one. Headed for the sideline. This punt out of bounds on the fly. We're waiting for the mark. Looks like they're going to say it's short of the 30. Out comes the offense now for the Chargers. And this certainly isn't the rut they want to be in, Brock. All of their drives have been ending in punts as of late. First down now, ball at the 33. A play fake, now Herbert to throw. Downfield, and he has McConkey. And he's down as that play goes for 26 big ones. That's good for the 1st down.
That just felt like a composure play. Quarterback was calm, receiver did his job securing the ball, and because of it, those chains are moving.
Herbert's on 1st and 10, and he's up over 150 yards passing thanks to that previous completion. Running it with Hampton. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. Looks like a gain of around 7. That's going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
7-yard pickup.
It's going to be 2nd and 3 when we return from our 2-minute warning. More just ahead from Reliant Stadium. Last run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3. Now Herbert to throw. Complete here to Hampton. Shoves him off. He's got room. And he'll have him 4 and the 1st down as he's brought to a stop.
That whole operation right there, Kate, delivered with conviction. Passes have to be if you want to pick up 1st downs and keep the drive on schedule.
New set of downs for him from the 31. Herbert back to throw. Short pass brought in. But the Chargers were the first to get to that one, so he'll stay with them. Almost the impact play this defense was searching for, but they could only get half the job done, partner. Fumble forced, but they couldn't recover.
I'll tell you what else it forces, though. That coordinator, that play caller on the other side, now got a little bit of doubt about his ball handlers. Got to have better ball security than that.
Putting a receiver in motion. Throwing on 2nd. Herbert. And right back to him. This time the defense was ready. And that hit forces it loose. It's incomplete, so we've got a 3rd down.
Incomplete.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Throwing now, Herbert. Hits him on the out route. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. Timeout called by the Chargers. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
First down, Los Angeles.
Here's Herbert now on first. And he's only missed once on this series. 4 of 5 throwing the ball. From the red zone now. And he's just going to heave this out through the end zone. Incomplete. Second down. Well, we didn't really need confirmation, Brock, but just that one confirmed it. They are leaning on the passing game right now to push this offense.
And I don't mind that. I don't mind playing to your strengths and being aggressive, but you do know over the course of this game, this offense has got to find more balance.
On second down, Herbert. Throw right side, caught by Njoku. And out of bounds he goes after a gain of 8. It is third down.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
All right, 2 yards to go here on third down on what will be the 9th play of this impressive drive. Hampton trying to pick it up. And he's going to reach the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers!
Los Angeles.
Omarion Hampton finishing off a 9-play scoring drive with 6. Made the right read on the RPO inside the red zone, Brock, and things worked out.
And you know what is so key about these RPOs? It's that mesh point. It's the details right there, not immediately giving any indication of what they were going to do, and it created, Kate, the slightest of hesitations for the defense, and that slightest opportunity is all he needed to hit the end zone.
Now it's Cameron Dicker on for the extra point. This one splits the uprights. It is good. And that cuts the lead to 7.
17. Chargers 10.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Here's Traymon Smith with the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Texans and wide receiver Nico Collins ready to go once again. And they've had a real connection looking his way in our opening half. Seems pretty clear that he's the one the coverage is going to have to adjust to and start slowing down. First call here coming from the shotgun. Back to throw, Stroud. Completed over the middle. And he's going to manage 13 yards here before going down. That picks them up to first.
13 yards on the
Timeout
play.
coming from the Texans. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
First and 10 at the
And those are the
39-yard
completions they
line.
rely on from their passing game.
Stroud setting up first and 10. And he has eclipsed 200 passing yards, and we haven't even reached halftime yet. He's going to throw this one. Left side into the hands of Dell. And it looks like he got around 8 yards before he headed out of bounds. Second down.
Okay, that was on the field, the young high school quarterback just last week. And I told him one of the greatest attributes a quarterback can have is courage. And it takes courage to sit in that pocket that long, let a play develop, and let that receiver work all the way from one side of the field to the other, and give him a chance to make a play.
What a difference a play makes. This one not working out in their favor. He's home to the ground. Houston calls it second
A
timeout.
loss of 6.
And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
I think we've reached the point of the game, Kate, where I got to make my PSA. Protect the quarterback, and quarterback, protect yourself.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. to the air. Stroud. Lost control of another one. And it's scooped up by the Chargers. He's out in the clear. And they will take this down inside the 10. Got the recovery, and now they're going to start with first and goal.
That's quarterback's living nightmare and a defender's dream right there. Not just to get the sack and get home, but sack fumble, that's what these defenders live for.
Chance to pay off their defense's effort as they start out first and goal. Herbert. And that one's nearly intercepted. Now they wanted to see this scoring opportunity start as he almost gives it away on snap number 1.
Brings up second.
That was it. That was their chance to escape this series. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points, and that was their ticket off the field. Unfortunately, they just couldn't quite hang on.
Now Herbert on second down. Throw reeled in by Njoku. And no shot at getting upfield after making this catch, so give him 1 on that short completion. Now a timeout taken by the offense, and we're going to see if they try for 2 plays here or just try the field goal right now. Just 3 yards between them and a touchdown. It's third and goal. Putting the tight end in motion. Third and goal. Here's Herbert. And he's batted away up front. His throw doesn't even get beyond the line thanks to a well-timed swat there. They're going to face fourth down.
He was covered by
You never ever this offense like 3 and outs, Kate, but you really don't like them on third down when you throw into tight coverage like that. Got to manufacture a better look.
So on fourth down, on comes Cameron Dicker and the Chargers for a field goal try. This is a chip shot from the left hash. Dicker connects there, and it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
And with that one, you're going to see some salty, foul moods in that locker room. You hate all turnovers, but that one led to 3 points, and you hate those even more.
So let's see if it's a kick return that ends on half, or if we get a play from scrimmage, as this one's away. And it looks like we're going to have time for one more play here, Brock, as this one goes for a touchback.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on first down. One final shot before the half. Floats that one, but they couldn't connect. So we have a one-score game here at the break. Now it's time for the EA Sports Halftime Report. Scott Hansen, take it away.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Big thank you to our guy Scott Hansen and the gang down in Orlando. Got a close one here, Brock, as our second half gets underway. Dicker all lined up and ready to put it away. Here's Smith on the return. He lost the football, and they steal it back on the return. He makes it in for the Los Angeles touchdown. So they steal away a drive, they score. The best part is, Brock, they can line it up and try to do it all over again in a few moments on this ensuing kickoff.
Yeah, Kate, kind of a double whammy there, and that will rattle you. That will rattle that special teams unit, the special teams coach, the returner. You can't do that again.
Dicker on now for the PAT. Accuracy perfect there as it's center cut.
Makes the
Lead now up to a field goal.
20, Texans 17. Cameron Dicker to
Still
kick
reeling a
off for the
little after
Chargers.
fumbling that away, but they're going to get it right back with this kickoff. Here's Smith on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25.
The Texans take over.
So as we get
first
set
and
to begin
10
the third quarter, it's
at
the
their own
Texans
24
offense who's going to be
line.
out there first. They'll try to get that ground game established better than they did in the opening half, Brock. See if they can attack that deficit. Texans to the line, 1st and 10. Now it's Stroud. Finds Montgomery on the drop down. And they're in there to take him down after a gain of 12. And that gives the Texans a first down.
A gain of 12
Well, it
yards.
sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
They've got first down here from the 36. Stroud. Another turnover. This time it's an interception. And he's making a house call. Pick 6 for Los Angeles. But we all know getting the interception is the important thing, Brock. But how about this guy having the wherewithal to transition into a really nice return to then get the touchdown out of it, too?
Yeah, that's a great point. We talk about it with the receivers, right? Getting vertical right away after making a catch. Same thing for these defenders when they make a pick. They secure the football, sure, but instantly they go back to their offensive days. They want that touchdown, and they want a moment they won't forget.
Dicker on now for the PAT.
Extra point.
Send right down the middle and good. And that makes this a 10-point game.
Chargers 27, Texans 17. Cameron Dicker
A quick
to
chance
kick
at
off for the
redemption after that
Chargers.
pick 6 as it's sent away. Here's Smith on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. Houston's offense back out now and ready to go. Well, we all know at this point, turnovers the big problem for them in this game, Brock. And not surprisingly, the defense has capitalized on those mistakes on more than one occasion to their benefit.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that can be tough to win football games in spite of, right? But over the test of time, turnovers are the #1 thing that cost you games, especially after that first one. Once there's blood in the water, you feel it with the defense. They get all over you, trying to force another turnover and another and another.
Looking to throw, Stroud. Oh, look at this, here he goes. And he goes down to avoid a hit, so give him a gain of close to 4. That's going to set up second down.
It's a pickup of
That is
3.
quarterback play
Brings up second
101.
and 7
Maybe not the first
at the
chapter of it,
29-yard
but man, is
line.
that important. Getting downfield, get what you can with your legs, then most importantly, protect yourself. Get down and don't take any extra contact.
Running on second with Montgomery. And he's going to be taken down, so call about 8 yards on that play. And that means they got the first. Okay, so they sent the blitz, but it almost seemed to backfire there, Brock. They ran through it for a pretty nice game.
Yeah, because there's a little boom or bust,
yeah.
right? Is an offense, as a QB, if you see that and run away from the blitz, it can be effective like it was there.
They go play action with Stroud. This finds Moreau. And he's going to lose at least a couple here heading out of bounds before he's able to make anything on that play.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was first down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Last catch went the wrong way. It's 2nd and 12. Here's Stroud now. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. It brings up 3rd down. So the frustration spilling over a little bit on that play, Brock, choosing to just get rid of it, even though he did have a receiver in the area.
Yeah, I think that's right. You know, I'll co-sign on that. Frustrating. It's just been that kind of ball game, just not in any rhythm. Really, the defense dictating so much.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. And that throw's broken up, incomplete. It looked like he had it until that hit arrived. It's going to be 4th down.
Incomplete.
We see this all the time. The number one thing you see NFL defenses do to try to force that 4th down, get to dime coverage. Put your cover guys on the field. Let the boys up front cut it loose with pressure. Let the cover guys go shut it down.
Brought down before the return gets far. Possession switching back to the LA offense as they head out. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this 3rd quarter. LA bringing the offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. To throw, Herbert. Hauled in by Njoku, left side. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
A gain of 5.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
So 5 on the catch, 5 still to go on 2nd down. Back to throw, here's Herbert. Going with a screen to Hampton. And he's going to get a few here, brought down at the 33-yard line.
As an offense, you don't call a screen, Kate, expecting to gain just a few yards. You call it expecting to break out something big and substantial. But it's up to that defense to stay ahead of it, to keep it contained to something much smaller. Case in point right there.
Throwing now on 3rd and 2. Got a man, it's Njoku. And he's going to have just enough for the first down. That throw was short, Brock, but great individual efforts. They've got a fresh set of downs.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. Well, a tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
They've got first down here from the 36. Shotgun give to Hampton. And he's got a chunk here, about 14 yards before the stop is made. First down coming up.
What a great sign to start the 2nd half for this offense, because with a lead, well, the ground game becomes your best friend, the centerpiece for this offense, trying to chew up that clock.
So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10. Again, it's Hampton. And a big gain followed by a little bit of a loss here. Defense getting the better of them on that run. We've got a stoppage here. There's a player out there in some pretty obvious discomfort being worked on. All hopes, of course, that it's nothing serious, especially here in the preseason. Offense to the line for 2nd down. Herbert back to throw. Almost another catch on this drive there, but the defender breaks this one up, so it's incomplete. Makes it 3rd down. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
On target here to Njoku. Near the sideline, he's going to be forced out after a gain of about 20. And that's going to be a Los Angeles first down. Defenders in the area, they still make the connection, Brock. Almost looked like it was just another throw on the practice field.
Yeah, this is how you just develop that just trust factor, that connection. We see it with QBs and tight ends, and the best of them make it look easy.
Draw play here. Hampton shoots away from one. That played good for, looks like about 6. Second down upcoming. Just continuing to grind him down, Brock. That is exactly what you want to do with a lead like this in the second half. You want long, sustained drives.
Because it really serves two purposes, right, Kate? Number one, it helps you build, hopefully, some points on that board. But just as importantly, you're playing keep away, and that other side's not getting to touch the rock.
Run picks up 6, so that means it's 2nd and 4. A run now with Hampton. Nothing doing on second. They get to him behind the line. Now it's going to be 3rd and longer.
Okay, during draft season, I was talking to an NFL GM, and he said, you know what, in time, we're going to realize tackles for loss are just as big a deal as sacks. Sacks get so much of the popularity. Tackles for loss, when you knock that offense backwards, I promise you, in time, we'll be keeping a closer eye on plays like that one.
And he didn't get enough into that throw. That's low and incomplete, so they're going to be facing 4th down coming up.
So many coaches love third downs, but practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these third downs.
For the Chargers field goal, a 43-yard attempt.
Dicker connects there, and that pushes the lead up to 13.
So many of these players on the field, Kate, they just strive for consistency, but not the kickers. They strive for perfection, and so far, he's just that.
Cameron Dicker to kick off.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Here's Smith on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25. Out now come the Texans on offense. And as they get set, partner, gotta imagine they're bringing some urgency with them to the field this drive, too.
Yeah, I think you and I both know in calling these NFL games, that sense of urgency can be replaced by full-blown panic in a hurry. So find a way to possess the ball and, more importantly, score some points.
All right, the Houston offense looks set, Brock. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Stroud. That's caught by Montgomery. And he'll work this one up to the 28. Stopped by Deion Henley. Now it looks like somebody is shaken up after that play. You never like seeing injuries, especially in the preseason. We'll get the training staff out to work on him. Picked up a few on that 1st down play, so now we've got 2nd and 7. A pitch out to Montgomery. And hopefully a bit of a wake-up for their ground game. It's a solid pickup there on the play. Call it 4 yards, and they're set up with a manageable 3rd and 2.
I don't mind that call on the early downs. Give that defense something to think about. You got the inside run between the tackles, and whether it's jet sweeps or a little swing pass, or in that case a toss, make sure you threaten to the outside.
Here he is on 3rd and short. He's got it, complete to Collins. They're going to pick up 12 yards on the play, Brock. That's going to set them up with a first down. And that right there is about the best you can hope for against double coverage. Good chunky yards, and more importantly, Brock, don't get burned taking a risk.
Yeah, it's really the defense that gets burned, and that is just demoralizing. You got double coverage, you got what you want, and two guys can't stop one.
1st and 10 now for Stroud. And he is close. He is right near 250 yards passing after that last play. Tight end in motion right. On 1st down, they'll run with Montgomery. And hopefully a bit of a wake-up for their ground game. It's a solid pickup there on the play. Even 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Nothing too fancy there. That is just some good physical football from a back who knows how to read his blocks, Kate, keep himself square, and go get those tough yards.
They pitch it to him. And give him the 47-yard line, Brock, as he's nestled up right near that 1st down marker.
You know what those runs are equivalent to me in basketball? Those are like made free throws, right? You want to assume you get to the free throw line, they go in. You want to assume when you hand the ball off, you get positive yards. Doesn't always happen, but when it does, it builds confidence.
Stroud off of play action. And down he goes on the wrong side of midfield. They got him at the 46. And that's going to bring up 4th and 8.
This defense has been doing it all, not just with the takeaways, but the pressure and what that does and how hard it is to play the quarterback position when you're taking a beating like this.
The Texans set to punt. And this is going to be his 4th effort tonight. And this one sails out. No return on the punt. The Chargers and Omarion Hampton out there on offense once again. And the running lanes, and they've been hazardous. Not quite the decorated collection of highlights from him that we're going to look at here. Those big plays, the explosive runs where he leads an offense, just haven't been there for him in this one. First down now, ball at the 33. Now Herbert to throw. His top target, Njoku, has another one. Good work by this offense. He's taking about 20 on the play before the defense stops him. And that's going to make it 1st down Chargers.
Just about every defensive coordinator worth his salt says two things in every production meeting. Number one, well, we got to stop the run. And number two, we got to take away the tight end. Well, good luck doing that. Defending a big guy who can move like that, it's a lot easier to talk about than to go out and execute.
And they make the stop. We're going to say it about the 37-yard line.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd and inches.
Less than a ruler needed here on 2nd down. Now bringing tight end in motion right. Another for Hampton on 2nd. Quite the turnaround these last 2 plays, huh? Nice gain on 1, and now they get it behind the line. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
And he loses control, and that one's going to fall to the ground, Brock. Needed to bring that in. Instead, the mistake means it's 4th down. 3rd down, Brock. He knew that pressure was coming, and sure looked like he was lucky to even get a throw away on that play.
That rush was coming to flat out end that drive.
Yeah.
And it did.
A 57-yard attempt.
It's far enough, but no good. He sent it just a little bit right. And their lead will remain at 13.
Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
The Texans and wide receiver Nico Collins ready to go once again. And he's been reading the coverage, dare I say, Brock, even better than his quarterback has all game. I mean, he just continues to find openings and make plays in this second half. The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Motioning one of the tight ends. They get in on the ground here with Montgomery. And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
On 2nd down, it's Montgomery again. He did well to shake off one tackle partner, but the next one got him. He's going to lose yards.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. You even ripped through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Got to figure out this 3rd down here. Throwing is Stroud. Oh, it's there, but he dropped it. A painful moment to break concentration. And forces 4th down.
Incomplete.
Well, I know you love to call this the money down, Brock, and on that 3rd down, that pass rush just got paid.
Woo, look at you right there. That's their job. I mean, in the minds of those guys in the front 7, Kate, you've been around them your whole life. They know it. They don't want to rely on anybody else. Their secondary, they want to get home, and they did.
The Chargers take over.
The Charger
1st and
offense
10
making its way to the
at their
field.
own 20-yard
They have been
line.
automatic scoring in this quarter, and yet another opportunity to do so here. LA offense all set. Here's 1st and 10. Herbert now. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. And a nice chunk there, about 7. He's up to the 27.
Brings up 2nd
We
and
give a lot
3
of credit to receivers,
at the
and rightfully so,
27-yard
Kate,
line.
for them going into coverage and making a catch. I don't think we give enough credit to tight ends. I know they're big, I know they're physical, but to go into double coverage, take that contact, and come away with the catch, that's a big-time effort.
Hampton gets it from the pistol. And the stop is made. 1st down coming up. It's a gain of 11.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Beyond that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
So fresh set of downs now from the 39. That one stopped right at the line for no gain. This is going to be 2nd down.
Nice little welcoming party waiting for him at the line of scrimmage. No surprises that time. This defense was ready.
At the 38-yard line.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Here's Herbert. Going to the left side, and Johnston has it. Down he goes after a pickup of about 12 yards. And that gives LA the 1st.
A gain of
So
12.
critical, Kate, on those receiver screens to get that ball out with great precision. You don't want that receiver thinking about anything but navigating the blocks in front of him. That's well done by everybody.
Herbert's on 1st and 10. Now over 250 yards throwing the football after that last play. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Sends this to the end zone. And no touchdown. He knocked it away. The look was there, Brock. They had the guy they wanted. Couldn't hang on to it. That's going to be 2nd down. Didn't see a whole lot of room to fit that pass in, Brock. It takes a special quarterback to thread the needle. He couldn't do it.
You know what that's like? That's like passing across your own crease in hockey, Kate. That's a big no-no. When you challenge double coverage in the end zone, and let me tell you, coaches don't really like that either.
Here's Herbert on 2nd. That one complete to Njoku. And he's able to get him pretty close to that marker. Call that a gain of about 7. That's going to bring up 3rd and short.
7-yard gain on the play.
Small pass, big result. This dude is just a juggernaut with the football, and once he gets rolling, it gets tougher and tougher and tougher to stop him from playing add-on with those yards.
Herbert now to throw on third. So the coverage holds up on the deep ball. That's going to force fourth down. Man, a little would have done the job, but they threw for a lot there, Brock. Just couldn't hit that deep shot work.
Kate, if you look at just about any pass play known to mankind, there's something called an alert, right? Somebody that's going to clear something out for somebody else, and that was an alert, that was a shot, just didn't hit it.
Trying with Hampton. This one loses yardage and loses possession. He's stuck behind the line. They're turning this over on downs.
Yeah, I don't care that they didn't get it. Still the right call in that situation. It's a little too long for a field goal, and a punt really nets you very few yards. The decision-making was sound. It was the execution that let them down.
The Texans and wide receiver Nico Collins ready to go once again. Nice starting spot for the Texans here. They're about set. 1st and 10. Here's a give to Montgomery to begin the drive. It's going to be taken down here, but not before the play gets him 12 big yards and a first down.
A gain of 12 yards. And the Texans first down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
That brings us to the end of 3 on Thursday night primetime. It's the Texans who have it to start here, and they come in trailing on the scoreboard. First and 10 now from the 46. Dell now in motion right. Out of the gun, they give it to Marks. Had some room to work, and he took advantage. Give him 7.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
7 yards on that last play, so this is 2nd and 3. On the ground again, Marks. And that 2nd down run has only been managed a yard. Man, great read by the defense there. They attacked, and they found that runner quick.
You look up run blitz by a linebacker,
Yeah.
that is in the dictionary right there.
There it is. To the line. Here's 3rd and 3. To the air, Stroud. Complete beyond the marker. And they get this down to the 28. They gain 11 on that play. And it'll be first down, Houston.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw, Stroud. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22.
Kid, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. One of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
On 2nd down, Stroud. And this is going to end up an incomplete pass, partner, so that brings up 3rd down. Well, he already has himself 1 interception in this game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse, kind of sprinkle into your passing game, because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when 1 pick becomes 2, 2 becomes 3, and on and on and on.
Stroud now on 3rd. And that's incomplete, so the defense forces fourth down.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and third downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
Kaimi Fairbairn out there now to try a field goal for the Texans on this fourth down. He hit his first one. His second one's coming from inside of 40. Up and good from Fairbairn. And that makes things a little closer. It's now a 10-point game.
That field goal didn't do a lot on the scoreboard to make it a more attackable deficit, but it does create a sense of urgency here for this defense to get off the field.
That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. On the return, here comes Davis. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. The Chargers offense getting set to take over. They're up by 2 scores, Brock, but we've got some time left, so they still need to mount a drive here. Chargers getting set. 1st and 10. Here's Hampton to open the drive. Down here after a gain of about 14 yards, it looks like. That's going to give them the first.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from first down in just one play. Get that big play potential on the ground. Jeez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
They've got first down here from the 36. Back to Hampton. We got him a good handful there as it brings up 2nd down.
That's some running over there, Kate, that's going to get some love from his coaches. Maybe some fist pounds, too. Nothing flashy. Just trust your keys, run behind your pads, and get what's there.
First down run, nabs him 5. Now 2nd and 5. Play action now for Herbert. To the right and pulled in by McConkey. And he'll get it up to the 44.
Number 15, Lad McConkey. A 3-yard gain on the play brings up 3rd down.
Third and just 2 to go. To throw, Herbert. That one's good to McConkey. Hit there, he's forced out. Gain of about 15 before it. And that is good for a Chargers first down.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
The one thing I can say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Herbert. We had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
See the pass, time up your hit, and jar that ball loose. Not a lot of players are hanging on through a well-placed hit like that one.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Throwing now, Herbert. This is hauled in by Harris. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Here's Herbert now on first. And he is sitting a completion shy of reaching that 300-yard mark for this game. Out of the gun, here's Hampton. And he's brought down by a collective effort there, only 1 yard on the carry. And in the middle of all that chaos and traffic, look at that. It was their safety who ran in to clean that up.
Yeah, with their size and where they come from on the field, it's pretty cool. They love those opportunities to blitz, kind of hide behind their defenders and their peers, and then go finish the tackle.
It's Hampton on second. And this is headed the wrong way. They're going to lose yards here, and it's going to bring up third down.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back, because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
To the air on third and long. This is a heater going deep. All the way to the end zone, and this is caught. Touchdown, Los Angeles. David Njoku scoring there on the 10th play of that drive. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
Yeah, things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route just like a receiver would, and it's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
Dicker on now for the PAT. This one splits the uprights. It is good. And that makes this a three-possession game.
37, Texans 20.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Here's Smith on the return. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Here come the Texans as they get set to take over on offense. And the turnovers, Brock, a big reason they have played themselves out of this one. Hopefully they can keep it clean here, if nothing else.
Yeah, while this drive isn't pertinent to this game maybe anymore, Kate, this drive is for next week. They just want something positive here to end the game and carry forward into the practices ahead.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Stroud. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it stops.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Got 4 on the completion, so still 6 ahead of him on 2nd down. Here's Stroud now. Makes the grab in bounds left side. They track him down finally as this play goes for about 20. And that is the Texans' first down.
Move the chain! Gotta move them chains! Good momentum. Keep that defense on its heels.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 47. Now it's Stroud. This is reeled in downfield by Schultz. This hit finally forced out of bounds after a gain of about 27 on the play. And that gives Houston the first down.
Wow, certainly found the weak spot in coverage with that catch. Really goes to show they trust every single player, receiver, running back, in that case tight end, to be a playmaker in this offense.
Working inside the red zone. That's caught by Montgomery. And they're all over that screen, Brock. Didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage.
I know coordinator and quarterback going to be upset with that first down because you call a screen on first, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, that defense creates a negative play and sets them back behind the sticks.
2nd down. Here's Stroud. This one's misplayed and falls to the ground. Incomplete, and now it's 3rd down.
Incomplete.
Well, he'd been perfect to that point on the drive, Brock. First time we've seen this coverage force him into a misstep in a while.
I know you hear me talk all the time, Kate, about the rhythm of an offense, right?
Yeah,
And I look at it through those optics so much, but it's the same thing defensively. You've got to get a stop, see the ball hit the ground to knock them out of that rhythm.
Over the middle, caught by Dell. And they're able to get to him before he becomes a real threat for that first down. Damage limited to 7. It is 4th down.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Now, can't blame him looking at that scoreboard, right? Might as well go for this on 4th down. Desperation time here. Has him on the quick hitter. And they come through to stay on the field. That is enough to set this offense up with a 1st and goal.
It's a gain of 8.
Well, probably a little closer than they would have preferred it, Brock. But hey, a good call nonetheless, keeping the offense out there on 4th down.
You know what that was, Kate? That was awareness. Right? An understanding with both the play call, but more importantly, an awareness of the receiver to know exactly where he needed to get the job done.
Throwing is Stroud. Catch made. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on 2nd down. That playbook wide open.
Now it's 2nd and goal from the 1. Looking to throw, Stroud. And for one of the few times this game, Brock, the target his way does not connect. It's incomplete. And they've got to figure things out on 3rd down.
It's now 3rd.
He's been a frequent target throughout this game, Brock. We've seen that coverage tighten up a little bit more on him every time the ball's thrown his way.
Well, hasn't taken him off the board completely. He's still beating them for some catches, but that heightened focus defensively does lead to moments like that one where what would normally be a catch falls incomplete.
Stroud is in some trouble, and they're going to get him. And it's Mack again.
A loss of 7 yards.
Loss of 7 is going to force them, Brock, into a 4th and goal.
This overwhelming pressure and these sacks after sacks after sacks, well, it's built this lead, and you know it's the way they want to finish it.
Field goal doesn't move that needle. They're going for the touchdown. It's 4th and goal. Stroud's going to throw for it. This is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Dalton Schultz capping an 11-play march to pay dirt. Man, Brock, that defense held up 3 straight plays. They just couldn't come up with the one final stop they needed to get off the field.
And how about this offense? Courage of the offense to run it back for one more snap and make the adjustments on 4th and goal to finally punch it in. Quite the mini little chess match we just saw play out over those last 4 plays.
Fairbairn now for the PAT.
For the extra point.
Accuracy perfect there as it's center cut. And the lead now down to 10.
Chargers 37, Texans 27.
That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. Starting from the 5. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line.
The Chargers take over.
The Chargers are being led back out on offense by Justin Herbert here. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. First look, a little pistol formation as they come to the line. 1st and 10. Man in motion here. Taps it quick to the receiver coming across. And he powers ahead for about 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
So 5 on the catch, 5 still to go on 2nd down. On the play fake, it's Herbert. Left side complete, Gaston has it. Met there, driven out to cap that gain at about 6 yards. And that's going to be a Los Angeles 1st down.
It's a gain of 6.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Going right this time with Hampton. And that's going to be a gain of 8 on 1st down.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
After that little 8-yard scoot, here comes 2nd and 2. Hampton now up the middle. They rally to him after a gain of about 7. That effort enough. They've got the 1st down.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15+ at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
They'll come up on 1st and 10. Now an inside give to Hampton. And they're going to have the 1st down here as that play breaks off for about 19 yards.
He's tackled
Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their 1st.
A gain of 19
They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter.
Down, Los Angeles.
You tote the rock 25 times in a game. I'll tell you, you gain the respect of everybody. Certainly of us up here in the booth, your teammates, yeah, and even your enemy.
1st and 10 from the 32. Again, it's Hampton. And he's got about 9 on that run, partner. Down inside the 30. Houston calls it 2nd timeout. And with another one gone, they're going to have just 1 remaining this game.
That's what I call a rhythm starter right there. Man, offenses love execution and plays like that on 1st down, Kate, because now that playbook is wide open. All options on the table for 2nd down.
1st down carry got him 9 yards. Here comes 2nd and 1. They bring Johnston in motion. Hampton gets the handoff. This one stopped. Play gains about 6 yards. And that's going to make it 1st down Chargers. Now we get a pause, Brock, as the defense uses its final timeout. So the clock only going to stop again at our 2-minute warning.
You kind of just feel it, don't you? Trying to close out this game, just keep leaning on that somebody who has produced and made the most of every one of his touches throughout.
Bringing the offense up to the line. 1st and 10. They send a man in motion. 1st down, and they go right back to him. That one good for a gain of 4. It's 2nd down.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
Texans 13-yard line.
They bring Johnston in motion. And understandably, they're happy to just let this clock run down to our 2-minute warning. Chargers with a 10-point advantage. This is 2nd and 6 coming up. Shotgun give to Hampton. And call it 1, maybe 2 yards at the end, Brock. It's 3rd down. Well, you've taught me, Brock. Sometimes it works, and sometimes, like there, almost nothing from them as they just run it right into the teeth of that blitz.
The other thing, too, about that success is get ready to see more blitzes. The coordinators love to dial it up.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Running it with Hampton. And they have this one well contained. There's the stop for a loss now. 4th down coming up.
If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused. And they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a 4th down.
The Chargers sending out Dicker the kicker to add 3 to the board. The upright's 31 yards away, dead ahead. Dicker connects there. And that pushes the lead up to 13.
That kick, well, it throws a roadblock up on some of the remaining avenues to get back in this game and really leaves only one remaining. It's going to take 2 touchdowns if they want a shot at it. And we know those odds, they're getting pretty long.
Cameron Dicker to kick
Dicker
off
all
for the
lined up and
Chargers.
ready to boot it away. No to return this. We dodge the tackle. Now bottle him up just as he gets it to the 30. Now we get a look at this Texans offense. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. To the air, Stroud. Short pass brought in. And they get him down after a gain of 10. A great effort on his part. Pays off with the first down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
From the 40-yard line now. This is 1st and 10. Here's Stroud. Oh, he's headed for the ground. They get him at the 35. Tuli Pulotu. And that forces them back now into a 2nd and 15. So the Chargers take this one on the road. And they're off to a good start in the preseason, Brock. Seen a lot of players fighting together for the victory. With Brock Ewart and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Chargers, as we'll see you next time from Houston.